realise, Natalie, are you in your kitchen?
No, I'm not.
Where are you?
I'm actually in a bedroom.
Cupboard?
I'm in a bedroom. My son has come back from being away in Australia and America, and so the whole house is a bit upside down. And I thought the quietest place would be here, except the phone keeps ringing and going off. So I'm in a bedroom.
Yes, you look lovely. It's very nice. Very nice. So and Caddy has moved. You were a bit of a coward because you've moved away from the horns that you have.
Yes, because you told me.
Yes. I love that painting, Caddy.
I know.
Lovely.
Yes, it's the food
in this room that doesn't have something dodgy in the background or something messy. Messy.
Exactly.
So who have you got? We need help, don't we, today? We need help.
We do, with our styling and the clothes and appearance and stuff. Although we look gorgeous, but you know, we can always do with a little bit of help. So we've got the lovely stylist, coach, therapist, hypnotherapist, Adele Kelly. Hi, Adele.
Hi, Adele.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I want to introduce you to everyone, to Natalie, to Caddy,
Natalie.
Debbie.
Hi.
And you know,
Hi.
and I know you, Adele, because Adele's a fantastic life coach and also a stylist, and stylist to the stars, aren't you?
I have done a few very lovely people, but even my ladies that come into my shop are my stars as well.
Oh, lovely. Yes, you also do have a shop, but tell us about your life coaching and styling. You combine it, don't you, about colours and the way people feel in colours and clothes, etc.
Well, because clothes will send a message, for one, so it's like what you want to say through your clothes. Two, it represents your personality, so you can really reflect your personality through clothes. So often when people come into my shop, it's like I will say to them, how do you want to feel? How do you want to look? What message do you want to give? And if you're not feeling confident, how can we make you feel confident? Because the right clothes can make you feel good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as they do. And I think the thing is as well, and this is what I wanted to ask you, all right? So at certain phases of your life, I remember this, and I remember this happening the first time when I was 28, can you believe it? That feeling, oh, I don't want to look like that anymore. I need another look. So I remember going to another look. And then I remember feeling like that when I got to 40 as well. And now that I'm going backwards and I'm back to 28 again, as opposed to going forwards, I'm now at a bit of a quandary because I don't want to become an old lady. I don't want to dress like an old woman. But on the other hand, I want to know, I kind of want to be kind of a little bit more sophisticated.
So what springs to mind straight away with my coaching background is you told me how you didn't want to look. So I would ask you, if you don't want to look like an old lady and you don't want to look like, tell me how you do want to look.
Well, a little bit more, tiny bit more sophisticated, I think. And
Just
sexy at the same time.
Just a tiny bit. Why not a whole lot more sophisticated? Because we don't have to be invisible. I find a lot of people go, oh, I just want a tiny bit more. Let's go for a lot more visible.
Well, I think the thing is that I'm a very visible person anyway. I'm not about to be invisible ever. That's not who I am.
It.
But I don't want to be too sophisticated. I don't think that's my style either. But I'd like to be sophisticated and sexy in a sort of boho kind of a way. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And so you can have your own wardrobe personality. So when people come into my shop, or I do Zoom calls styling remotely, I would go through a big long questionnaire about how do you want to look. So I've already heard classy, sophisticated, but also sexy. So we'd combine sexy and classy together. Maybe add a bit of bling. You'd probably being sexy like bling.
I'm blingless.
Maybe you need a bit more bling.
Yes, well, sadly, you see, I'm allergic to bling, and it makes me, I'm a fiddler. So when I love it. You put this big thing around my neck, these are my ears. Within 2 minutes, I'm like this, and then I'm going like that, and then I'm
but that's interesting. Let me just show you something. So you could add bling in a belt around you. It's really hard to do it sitting, but maybe another time. So if you wanted to, you can add your bling down here. And it's
I tell you what I saw today, when I was looking through Facebook. I saw an upside down pendant that you can wear on your boobs. Have you seen those?
Really?
Also,
Nice.
like they go up that way, so they're like it's like a boob.
Oh,
necklace.
let me show you something else that's in, it would kind of link in nicely to what you just said. Let me show you, because I am sitting down. So this, I've had these forever and a day at the shop, and you're thinking, what the heck is she doing? But
What are you doing?
what am I doing? So this plain jumper, and we're talking about adding, I always say to everyone, don't just leave your items just so, always add to them. So as you've seen, I've just put a blingy collar underneath my black jumper. Wrong way. There we are. So you've got comfort, but also because you ladies do Zoom calls, and lots of people do Zoom calls in their job, it's important to maybe just add that little of extra that you look a bit different and people, you're memorable as well. So there you've added just a bit of bling. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a point of interest.
Can I just say, Adele, you said to me, going into a meeting, I was going into a very important meeting, and you said to me, wear something there, because then people, so this is what I'd really like to talk about is your ability to sort of, to mix your coaching with styling.
I get that. So I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes, to cover that. And then Debbie said to me, always have that, because otherwise your neck looks too short. So you have to get over that, don't you? So maybe just a sort of something there, like, what do they call it? Choker would be okay.
Well, I think a choker makes you look like your head's falling. I really don't like the look of chokers, or the feel of them, really.
There's other ways. Say, for example, what we're just saying is kind of protect your jugular is the psychology behind having, maybe a polo neck, or, for example, this kind of thing that I've got on my neck scarf. So you might, doesn't always have to, can be quite soft and feminine. So you might just, say, for example, pop that round your neck, and then you've got a little point of interest. But also you can feed it through your jumper. Harder sitting down. I'm used to standing up in my shop, but never mind. And
so this is the thing that you gave me, Adele.
That's lovely, but not done up. See, I don't like these things done up. That me, I couldn't do it up.
Yeah.
Now I've actually done it through the jumper.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's lovely.
Jumper. Let me just finish it off. And if you follow me on my videos, you'll see a little bit more, and I'm able to stand up and stuff like that. But I'm just showing you the point of difference.
Yeah, it looks quite pretty.
Just thread
That's
that through
lovely.
a well knit jumper, and it can come out easily if you don't want it on your neck.
Yes. I'm just doing this like a tie, so that it's actually not covering up here, but it's sort of coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
So
nice too.
Yeah, you can, if I didn't have this on, imagine, let's just take that off, I'll show you. It's just all those little points of interest. And it doesn't have to be just showing you that if you just want to come across sort of quite strong, a little bit more individual, you can just pop different things around to show different things. That could be a chain, it could be a nice set of pearls, if that was your, it's all about when you put something on, just make pearls are really trendy again. So you can go into an old jewelry box, maybe you've got some there. It's just a slight point of difference, not too much.
Yeah, have you noticed though that Marilyn Monroe never wore any jewelry? Never. She never wore, well, she wore earrings, but she never wore anything around her neck. And I'm exactly the same. It's because of my fiddly. Years ago, I had to do a series, a television series, and I had to wear this thing around my neck, and literally it used to go whoosh. So it's just it's me and bling around.
Well, maybe
here.
you could do your Marilyn Monroe earrings. There's quite a few statement earrings.
Oh, I do love earrings. I love earrings.
That
look at Dee. Dee looks like Minnie Mouse.
Nobody's saying anything, but I've just.
I think you look gorgeous.
You do look gorgeous.
Thank
and
you.
these can be used in your hair and around your wrist and on your handbag. So mainly it's just about maybe accessorizing your way. You'll find your own way. There's a way for everybody.
Caddy, do you wear stuff around your neck?
So I'm mesmerised by this whole thing because I'm really bad at round here. I do have a necklace that I like, but then I have to wear it with the right outfit, and I never know what the right outfit is. But scarves and things, I just completely can't do it. I don't know how to style it.
Right.
I panic, can't do it.
Adele, over to you, because Caddy, a scarf from Adele, haven't you?
I've got a
Yes.
beautiful.
So this is a really quick trick. Because I've got to sit down to be close. So what I've done, I've got a long scarf, and if anyone's got a scarf there, they can try this. This is I've got millions of ways to style scarves, but I've got a scarf here, and I've picked it because I've got my gold wedges on, gold and black there, so it'll pull in there, and if I wore my earrings, that would pull that in too. But what I've done is, if anyone's got their scarf there that I sent them,
We have.
you get the end of your scarf and you tie it. This is just a quick trick, not so that you close the gap. So there's a gap. You'll see what I'm going to do in a minute, because there's so I've still left a hole in it. Are we there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tie the
Now
ends.
just the end, the two ends. Has everyone got that?
Yes.
So there's
Natalie will be very good at this.
okay, Natalie.
Well, I used to watch Valerie Singleton on Blue Peter a lot, so
Right.
absolutely. I'll
This
be
is
brilliant.
one I've made earlier.
Yes.
So there's the hole. Then go
Is that
to
right?
the
Put my
other.
face through it.
Don't put your face through it. No, that's not what it's for. So get your other side and do the same.
Oh, I've tried the wrong bits together.
I think I have.
Well, I have.
Right.
I listen.
Anyway, so there we have it, tied at both sides. So now what I'm going to do, slightly move. I'm going to put my arm through that side that I've made from my chair. And then I'm going to go around the back with my scarf. So I have made like a little kimono.
Ah.
So I put that through there. And because then your hands free, and I can't really stand up because there's not much room, but you can kind of get the gist that I've made myself like a kimono scarf.
Oh, I see. That's
Like
brilliant.
a cape, like a jacket. But it won't fall off because I've tied each side.
Excellent.
I've
Now,
tied
there
all
is
the
a
wrong
quick-
bits.
There is a quick other way if you undo your scarf, ladies. Now, can't remember who I sent the stretchy belt to, but anyway, I
Me.
did send, yes.
Yes,
If you get your
Natalie.
stretchy belt out, now any
I
scarf, it
can't
doesn't matter
move because
what
I've tied myself in a knot.
Oh, undo your knots, love. And then what I'm going to do is just drape this scarf over the top, right? And maybe
Are you
I'm
all
going
right,
to.
Natalie?
You know, yes,
Are we all right, Natalie?
I'm untangling myself. I'm
I've done
nearly
my
there.
part. I've got a kimono on. I'm number one. I am. I'm the best.
Okay, so undo your knots if you can, and then I'm just going to show you something else. Like if you haven't got belts in your wardrobe, these are stretchy ones. These are like amazing. So what I'm going to do is untie that. I'm going to go around, not all of my cape, just the front of it. And then I'm going to come across. Ooh, and I'm going to style my belts. Imagine if I stood up, you don't have, your cape stays in place with stretchy belts.
Ah. Yes,
Yeah?
that's very good.
So that's that, but
Have I done it in the right place? Hang on. Let's have a look at what's going on here.
let's have a look what's going on.
Natalie, stand on a chair.
Oh,
Stand on a
that's
chair.
brilliant.
Is that
looks
it?
Yes, that's
lovely.
brilliant. Well done.
Oh,
I
very
love
well done,
that. Nat, that's
And-
gorgeous.
This will wrap up in the bag. So if you get a bit cold, you can make almost like a kimono jacket out of the scarf that's £21 or maybe less. I don't know.
Wow.
But it
Caddy,
was
that's a lovely colour on you.
Isn't it?
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
You can almost make clothing out of scarves, you know.
Yeah.
And say your scarf that you've got, you can make a sarong out of that on the beach. So they're really handy tools. And so are
Yes.
belts, so are earrings. So I think what I'm trying to say is just tiny little bits of accessories. And if you just work a bit of magic, you can have interesting things for not very much. You might have all these.
What do we
accessories
do with the
in
brooches that you sent us?
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Yes.
Let me just show you another trick, ladies. I'm just going to take this off. The brooch you can use for a denim jacket or a lapel of a jacket. You can, now let me show you. You've got a plain white shirt and you're on a Zoom call. You just stick it right here in the middle, and that will just give you a nice little bit of bling without touching your skin, as we talked about earlier. And it's a tiny little nod, or you can put it on your plain jumper. So you've got a plain jumper like this. You just put the brooch right in the middle. Just gives you point of difference.
Like here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And sometimes I get a jumper and I have 2 brooches or 3, and I just put them one there, one there, one there, and it looks like it actually belongs to my jumper. Like, so you can put it on shirts, you can put them on jumpers, you can even knot a scarf and put them on top, but it's just a point of difference. Like, I'll show you black ribbon, right? It's my birthday at the weekend, and this black ribbon came on a present. So you can just...
My mum's birthday was the same day as yours.
Yeah, we got the same birthday. So what you do, a black ribbon from a present, it could be an orange one, it could be a colour of your choice. Just tie an old ribbon around your white shirt, and you've got a little point of interest.
Oh, that's very cute.
If that was orange, that would be nice. If that was red, that'd be nice. And it's just you turn up differently at your Zoom call.
That's really lovely.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend years ago who, she used to have this sort of pile of beautiful materials. And when she wanted to go out to some glamorous do, she would quite literally find a different way of draping with brooches and
Yes.
and you know, entire outfits with safety pins and brooches and little belts.
That's
It
really
looked great.
Dee, you look
Yeah,
like Dee looks like, who do you look like, Dee? Not Mrs. Overall, but not who was the you know who used to have rollers in her hair? Hilda Ogden.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't. She
It
looks
looks a bit
gorgeous.
better.
Yes.
Yes, it does. It looks a bit better when you have it up, when you look like Minnie Mouse.
All right, I'll do that then. You know, just experimenting, darling, experimenting.
But on that subject about your friend, what I would suggest is go follow. So mainly I've got a big community on Adele Kelly BT because I gave away free content 2 or 3 times a week with little tricks of the trade of you could do this, you could do that. And my girls say, not only is it about clothes, it's about positivity and just bringing a bit of, hi, today we're going to do this. And everyone loves it because it's just a bit of something different. And people say it gives them ideas they wouldn't have thought about. So a good reason to follow people is because you get free tips, and it just, you know, often people just run out of ideas, and yet you might even have those things in your wardrobe already.
But Adele, very quickly, tell everyone, the viewers and all the lovely Wonderbirds, tell them very quickly about your experience in lockdown with the jumpers. I thought this was fascinating.
So lockdown, we were just told on the 18th of December just to shut the shops, and I had about, I can't even tell you, thousands of pounds worth of clothes sitting in boxes. I didn't cry, all my girls cried because they were just so emotional. Anyway, I sort of went home and cried in my suit for 4 days and thought, what am I going to do? I'm a single mum, I've got a mortgage. So I started doing my videos big time. And what I didn't realise, it was going to give people company, it was going to uplift people. So then I started, because of the NHS and the rainbow vibe, I sourced a jumper very similar to one I've got on, and I sent it to someone, a friend of mine, Fern Cotton, who also does amazing things for mental health, and her podcast's amazing. I think she won Podcast of the Year. And so she did for a TV show, a rainbow jumper. But what was really interesting about this is I sent her it 2 weeks ago, this rainbow jumper. And I thought, that's strange. She normally says, oh, I love it and I'm going to wear it. But on the day she had to do this filming from home herself, she had to set it all up herself. She put her hand in the postbox and it got stuck. On the day that she was filming, she pulled out this rainbow jumper, and that was the one she wore on that day. So it was very serendipitous. 350 jumpers later and a nervous breakdown, how I was going to do this all myself without a website. And it just grew. My business grew in lockdown exponentially. People wanted tracksuits. We could click and collect. So I was keeping company at the door. People would walk to come and see me, and they had a reason to get up. It was more than just clothes. It was like really supporting my girls. I feel quite emotional about it, really.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was tough times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we
also,
were the same. We were the same with Wonderbirds, because that's
Yes.
how we started before.
Exactly.
And we didn't realise how many people that we would help and support. But actually, the people that we helped and supported the most were ourselves.
Yeah.
Because every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, we had to get up. We had to put our makeup on, we had to get up, and we had to talk to each other, which was sometimes very hard just to get yourself together, you know?
Absolutely.
So we understand, we have a lot of synergy, I think is the word.
Yeah, that's a lovely word. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just think your work is just superficial. There's more depth to what we all do for other women, and that's really important to me. If someone just comes into my shop just for a cup of tea, I'm happy with that. It's not about the sale. And when they take their clothes off, they also take all their problems off. Their problems peel away when their clothes peeled off, and they just, you know, they get a bit naked in my dressing room in more ways than one. And because I've got coaching background, I'm an NLP practitioner and I do hypnotherapy, I'm able to say, so what makes you feel like that, without putting my stuff on them. So my psychology massively helps my business in more ways than I even realized.
I have to say that when I saw Adele after lockdown, she showed me her book, and how many jumpers were there? And she didn't have a website, or she didn't have an internet thing. You were just literally taking phone calls the old-fashioned way. Amazing.
So Fern was in my jumper, the rainbow jumper. It's on my Instagram, you'll see it. And it was stay home and stay mentally well. But everybody wanted that jumper. And what was the beauty of that jumper? And I made sure I made this happen, that it was accessible to everyone. It was £30. So often people will see stuff on celebrity and think, I can't, that's not my vibe. I want everyone's a celebrity in my world. They are. So I wanted that jumper that when people went, what? Only 30? I can have a slice of that good feeling. And that was really important. And then she had the cheek to wear a jumper the very next day, and 250 later. 1 week I sent out 750 parcels from my little shop. I nearly had a nervous breakdown, but I was very grateful. I was very grateful as well.
Brilliant.
And also, you do say to me that you have goals and you always achieve them. If you say the realistic goals of how much you want to achieve every day.
The law of attraction and setting your mind to something. It's really weird, actually, ladies, and thank you for having me on. But one of my big things is I always wanted to do presenting, and funny enough, when I was a personal trainer, so I've always hung out with women for years. I was first personal trainer years ago when I was 21, and this guy said to me, you should do presenting. He was a headhunter for the BBC. I've always wanted to do presenting and this kind of thing, and quite a few things have popped up for me lately, so that's interesting because that's something I've manifested maybe.
Well,
No,
I'm
that's
also a trained hypnotherapist.
Oh,
and
wow.
I also, during lockdown, my sort of world was turned upside down because being a performer, there's nothing, but I was teaching drama online, and everything that from my hypnotherapy training and what, you know, the psychology behind everything, it was so useful. And what was so wonderful, it was mostly young school students at the time, but what was happening was that they were coming on and they were having to do every lesson by Zoom. But when they came on and did a drama lesson, I could see what it was doing for their psyche. They just loved it.
Thank you, Adele. We'll see you
Thank
again.
you, Adele.
Thank you, Adele.
I will
Thank you
say
so
though,
much.
ladies,
Thank you.
do you know what? If you follow me on my Adele Kelly Facebook, I'll particularly do a scarf one next time, and you can get more ideas.
Yes, please.
Brilliant.
Adele.
Thank
We'll see
you
you
so
again,
much,
darling.
Adele.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you all.
Thank you, and you.
Take
See
care.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was lovely.
So interesting, because my absolute nightmare, it's like a paranoia, is these sorts of things, which I never know what to do. So if I could work this out, I need a whole masterclass.
Absolutely. So I've now got a kimono, or I don't know. I kind of like green. It's nice, isn't it? Green.
I love
right?
that green.
It's gorgeous.
That's- yes, I thought that would really suit you, darling.
Well,
I
thank
just
you.
said- Nice to
Thank
know.
To make it a
Yes.
sarong as well, that's a nice idea.
Well, yes, as Caddy, you know, you could come on the bikini next week.
That's never going to happen, just so you know.
Exactly. Oh.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
soon, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.